All right, hello and welcome everyone. Doug here with thelincolnlist.com. Welcome to another daily edition. Stock market mutterings, where you know I will take a grope in the murkiness. Try to make some sense out of this market right here for you guys. Try to provide you with some quality trade setups, and you've been following, you know it. You know there's quality trade setups. We've been talking about good stuff, NVIDIA, Netflix, DocU, ZM. How could you forget about ZM? Some really good stuff. So, as always, if you need help with your trading, take a moment, visit the link right here. Every day the market's open, we trade live. Now you can see I'm a little less enthusiastic than I was yesterday because it's not financial, it's age. Yeah, it's age. Tired, man. Woo, gosh. Such a grind, isn't it? Life is such a grind. Working is such a grind sometimes, you know? And it's like the older I get, that's the biggest difference. It's stamina. That's what it is. You still have motivation, you know. I mean, you know, at least most people do. You still have motivation. You still want to achieve. You still want to thrive. You just don't have the stamina that you did, especially me when I was like in my 20s. So like when Wednesday comes along, like you're rolling good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you just drop off a cliff. The older people know what I'm talking about. You just wake up and it's like Thursdays and Fridays, just air up here. It's just like I'm just sizzling. I know you can't see it, but there's like just steam, smoke coming out of my brain right now. Just wow, man, oh man. Because you know, you start Monday out, you just want to sink your claws into the market. You just want to get the goals. You want to get all your stuff out of the way, and then just Wednesday, I don't know. You're just operating on air, and you kind of forget what was going on Tuesday and Monday anyway. So I tell you what. And the hotter that it gets outside, the more sleepy I get. Like I want to do something. I want to go hiking, ride my bike, so I don't want to sit back behind this computer all day long. So anyway, I got some good news before we start. You guys wanted to talk about the check mark. You know, let's talk about the check mark. Hot today again. The check mark pattern. It's so sweet, man. NVIDIA and Netflix today. I'm going to show you again. I mean, how it's almost like it's a gift. Like they're just giving you this stuff gift wrapped in a golden box or a box of cash. It's like, I can't believe these setups continue to work every day over and over again like this. It's ridiculous. So you guys said you wanted to hear about it. I don't know if I can do it next week. I'm going to try. If not, it will for sure be the following week after that. I don't even know what dates that are. We'll do it at the beginning of the week. I'll get all the webinar stuff set up. So I'm going to do a free webinar. I don't have the link right now. I'm just letting you know I'm going to do it. We'll talk about this check mark pattern, the type of stocks that you should be looking for, how you should be trading them, when to add, what your risks should be, and stuff like that. But you know, there really isn't, to me, there just really isn't a better trade right now. I'm sure somebody's got one. You know, I'm not going to say I know it all, but what a great trade. And every day you're seeing that cycle of names that we talk about, the ZMs, the DocUs, TTD, Roku before today's earnings. Gosh, there's so many of them. I can't even name them all because I could name them all Monday or Tuesday, but because it's Thursday, I can't. So we'll go ahead and move over here to the webcam. We'll take a look at a couple of these stocks here. I'll talk to you real quickly about those check marks, and we'll look at a few things because we got some interesting earners after hours here. So let's go check it out, all right? Okay, so, man, check mark, check mark. I should trademark the check mark, huh? I'm thirsty today, too. I can't stop drinking water. Anyway, real quickly here, Netflix and NVIDIA were the two check marks that I got today. Those are the ones I looked at. And again, it depends on, to me, it depends on who sets up. This is why we watch numerous amounts of stocks. Because some days it's going to be ZM. Some days it's going to be Facebook or Apple. Some days it's going to be W Day. You know, everybody gets their turn. Sometimes it's multiple days in a row for these. And many times the market itself will do this. And you really get these good opportunities. Here was Netflix, and it was kind of doing the double, see? And when you're looking at the bigger picture, you can kind of clean out some of the noise. So Netflix here, opening up and selling off. You know how much I love these. So when I'm looking in my watch list when the market is open, I've never kept this a secret. I just sort of start out at the beginning of the day. I start at the bottom of my watch list and work my way up. And I look and see if there's any big name that might be down in the red or hasn't moved yet. So this, again, I mean, look, every day I've done this, I've drawn the check mark. Look at the pattern, and this is what I want to talk to you about. It's also about pattern recognition, guys. Let me open that right back up. I mean, take a look at what you saw right here. I believe this was Monday or Tuesday, not sure, but take a look at the same pattern. Netflix, actually let's go the day before that right here. It grinds up, it closes, holds it, look at this, right? Starts the day out with a flush right into support, snaps right back. Snaps right back up, right? Sells right off into support. Now take a look at this chart over here today. It's the same thing. Sells right down into support, snaps right back. Now you had one little spot here where it kind of gave you a little trickery right here, where it looked like it was going to test the low of days, just trying to shake everyone out. But in the end, same thing. So you're looking at a stock, like if you've done this, this is what I'm talking about, guys, about I don't want to be judgmental, and I'm not trying to be judgmental, and I'm not trying to say that I know everything, because I'm far from it. But traders in general have a tendency to try to overthink, to complicate, and to try to make a mess out of what it is they're seeing. And that causes a lot of people to be confused. Now, if it works for you, don't listen to a word I say, please. But look what I have done here. Here it is, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, every single day of the week, you got a check mark on this. Look at this, every day. So if you just sat there with Netflix on your chart and nothing else, you're fine. I mean, it just keeps delivering the goods. Now, some days it won't, but man, the last couple of days, it was right there. Also, and I mean, I caught this one really good too. I got in right around here, not at the exact bottom, like the 433s here, right here in the 433s. It ended up cashing out a good chunk of it at 439, the rest of it right here towards the close. So, I mean, man, that's huge. That's huge on a day trade. And NVIDIA. NVIDIA did the same thing too. Kind of pulled in right here. There it was. And then here's your check mark. Now, this one didn't make a new high. It was not able to get over to the 307.41, but this one was a little bit different. Remember, there were two different types of trades that you had here, and that is, and we'll talk about this in the webinar as well, you have the beauty of the beauty, the top tier, the ones I like the most, is what Netflix did, is the strong stock that just sells right off. So remember, you guys come to the webinar, we're going to discuss this. You got the first formation is when it just dives right into support first, then it snaps back. Those are the most violent, the strongest, the best. Here you're looking at when it comes to you where it starts the day out vertical, traps bulls that chase this from FOMO, then pulls back to support, then re-gears. So they kind of disguise themselves the way that they work, but you'll see there it is again. And NVIDIA kind of did the same thing 2 days in a row here. Yesterday you had a vert to start early, a pullback very close to support, and then a really steep check mark here. So they're inside of there. You just have to look at it. That's all I needed. You know, and the market, I think, did itself. Man, let me take a look at the SPY real quick. I was looking at it just a minute ago. Yeah, you even got that right here too. In this area right here. So anyway, that's the deal. That is the deal. So looking at the market, no changes here. I still feel bullish. It still reads bullish. Every time you get a sell-off, it looks like it's doom and gloom, but it just gets consumed back up. Every time something comes in, more unemployment, more people laid off of work, longer closures, no problem. And remember, it's not about that. It's about the Fed. The Fed has done everything. The money's got to flow somewhere, and that's just that. I think we see 300 still, so I want to stay on the long side. And if I get an opportunity to buy these stocks, that's what I'm going to do when they pull back. Now, you've got some, I lost my train of thought for a second. I know we're going to keep going. I'm not going to just keep bringing up the charts. Same names every day. We'll run them down the list real quick. The TTD, you can put FTNT. FTNT, that's one I was going to talk about, FTNT. This one here coming out of earnings. I mean, it's really, really high right now for anything else but some scalp trades. But You got your NVIDIA, Netflix, TTD, QDEL, OKTA, OKTA, Splunk, SPLK, just to name a few, Apple, and so on. As I said, the only one I wouldn't do is Bobbin. I'm going to add Roku to that list here. Let me just pull this back up because the last time I looked at Roku right here, yeah, it was selling off here after this earnings, and I don't know how that's going to look. It was kind of lagging, I think, compared to some other people in the space, but it seems like Roku and Baba have just kind of decided they don't want to participate in any of this stuff here. So kind of like going into tomorrow, here are some things that I want to take a quick look at. A couple of specific. Outside of those, I did mention Wayfair, I believe. Wayfair. I think when you're looking at something like this, there are a couple here that I'm gonna throw you for a loop here because I've been going with the whole bullish market, going 300, blah blah blah, buy these. But there are a couple that I think have gotten a little bit out of control, and one of those is Wayfair. I mean, this thing was $21 a month ago, $182 now. I mean, this thing is absolutely insane. Insane. So I mentioned it maybe a week or so ago, but I never did anything about it. I mean, as long as the market's going to dish me out some free check marks, then I don't know how excited I am to short. But if some of you are saying, dude, give us something else besides big beta check marks, tell me something I don't know. Wayfair. Wayfair is severely overbought, and you could put probably at this point, what else was I thinking about here? I lost it for just a second. No, that one's good. Maybe TTD. Maybe we could start making this argument with TTD, which I mentioned was one to buy on the dip, and I'll tell you why. Same thing. It's like a larger version of Wayfair. You went from 125, actually 136 on this, to 327. Oh my God. Jeez. That's a hell of a run, isn't it? Just saying that. Oh, God. But anyway, I think this one might be a short too. They're out of earnings. Obviously, when something runs up like that, the pressure to just perform so well is high, and you got to hit every mark, and obviously they didn't do that. So maybe watch those. Again, I don't think you got to do anything else. I try to make this as entertaining, as exciting, as creative. Like I'm trying to dig in the dirt and try to find some special sauce for you guys, so you stand there in a total miracle. Like, how does he do it? How does he find it? But you don't need to. You don't need to, because it's like they won't stop buying Netflix. They won't stop buying NVIDIA. They certainly won't stop buying ZM and Docu. They can't get their freaking hands off of that stuff. So buy it too. At some point this will change. I think we see a couple of weeks that are strong before we start seeing any significant fades. So we've got to really make the most of that right now, because we're going to have to kind of change this a little bit in the coming weeks, I think. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Not much to talk about. I'm going to wind it up for this week. I am tired. Got to pound down maybe 6-7 more pints of coffee. I don't know. But you got any questions, anything at all, send them over to me. Support at thelincolnlist.com. Join our trade room, man. It's an awesome place. We just got a new format there too as well. So just kind of slowly working my way into some things here. So always feel free to reach out to me, guys. Take care. Trade well. Talk to you soon.